Hello, everyone. Welcome to Career Talk, where we provide valuable information about various career options. Today, we have a special guest, Harshita, who is a highly successful full stack developer. In today's job market, being a full stack developer is considered one of the most in demand profession. It's not surprising given the high salaries that the full stack developer command, which further confirms the strong demand for their skills. Let's hear from Harshita herself the complete roadmap to become a full stack developer, who has managed to achieve incredible success as a full stack developer in just 6 years of experience in the IT industry. Friends, before we dive into the conversation, if you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing as we provide a wealth of information. And don't forget to hit that like button at the end of the video. So now let's get started with our discussion. So welcome, Harshita.
Thank you so much, Anand. Thank you so much for the short introduction, but let me give a round of introduction myself. So, hi friends, my name is Harshita Salecha and I have been working as a full stack developer since 4 years of my career profile and I have been working, I started my career in India as a Java developer and eventually upgraded myself as a full stack developer. Now I'm located in Rotterdam, Netherlands, and working for a Swiss company as a DevOps engineer or a full stack developer, whatever role we can assume. And it's been 6 years now. So I guess that's it about me. And thank you so much, Anand, for inviting me for this talk.
Thank you.
I think I have been following the page myself, and I have been really interested in knowing and getting to know about the agile methodologies and how to be as a scrum master. In fact, I myself have recommended it to few people. I guess
Thank you.
I
Thank
hope
you.
this is interesting.
Thank you, Harshita. Thanks a lot. Okay, so let's start. So, what does it mean to be a full stack developer? I mean, if you would just want to start with there.
Yeah, I guess so. We all know that we have the applications and software in this current world of technology. We have a lot of softwares and applications getting developed. So, being a full stack developer means that you have the control over the application development cycle, right from what the users can see in the front end to what processing takes place in the back end, how the data is stored, uh, you uh, how you manage all the data and showcase it to user, the servers which host your applications and web applications. Basically all those things are a part of your development cycle, and you are responsible for creating a end-to-end application. So being a full stack developer basically means that you have to be a part of this whole cycle and be aware about how application or a feature can be delivered to user, right from front end development till the back end processing.
Great. Okay, and just a follow up, like, what are the key skills which are required to become a full stack developer?
Yeah. So basically, if you look at it in a way where I said that there are multiple cycles starting from how you deliver uh, uh, the web pages to user, how users see it, the end users like customers, how we see it on any website. Starting from there till the backend, there are multiple phases in an application development. So if we start with the front end, if we start from the front end, what we see on the web pages, on the websites, on the apps. So there are multiple languages which we can use for front end development. One or two of the examples is Angular, React JS, all this. So this is these to start with. In the front end, we get the Angular or React JS. Then comes the backend where we do the actual processing with the server. So the user has sent the data, the user has done his processing, and he's done from his side. Now he's expecting the results. So the processing of the result is done in the backend part, which again we can go with multiple languages, which can be developed in multiple languages like Java, Python, Go language, C language, .NET. So all this are different type of languages which can be used to achieve the processing of data and to give the results back to user. Then there comes the third level, third layer basically, where we store the data. So that is mostly the database layer, which again we have multiple tools like SQL, MongoDB, RDBMS, or different tools where we store the data and where we get the data for the processing. So these are the majorly three levels and different technologies which can be used to achieve the processing of this level. Then the fourth component which comes into picture is the operations, or this three layers comes in the development area. The fourth layer comes in the operations, that all this has to be on one platform or one location so that it can get connected to each other and also to be hosted onto internet for general public use. So that's where our servers come, security and servers come, that we have to uh, understand who can access our websites, on what level it can access, and at the same point, where do we have to host our website. So there we have two different options. Either the companies have their own servers, which is on-prem servers, where we host all this application using again tools like Tomcat, Apache Tomcat. So we just host our application there. They provide us all the necessary things which we need to host our application. Or we can also, nowadays the hot topic is about um, cloud computing. So that can also be one of the place where you just have to provide a compact version, a package of your application, and they will do all the processing and hosting. So that's where for the cloud computing, we have AWS, Microsoft Azure, GCP, Google Cloud Provider. These are the three main providers at this particular moment. So we can use any one of them. That's uh, that's on the technical stack. So these are the four components, and there are various multiple technologies. We can master any one of them in all the three, four layers, and that's where we can call ourselves a full stack developer, or get the knowledge, that get the title of a DevOps engineer. So
Great.
I
Thanks,
guess,
Harshita, for that elaborated answer. Okay, that's great. Okay, so because this is mainly for someone who is just about to start their career as a full stack developer. So, how would you guide someone with no experience, let's say in this particular field, and they just want to start their journey towards becoming a full stack developer? So, what is your take on that?
yeah. So I guess being a full stack developer is, like I said, that since there are multiple levels of application development, being a full stack developer initially comes with being an application developer. So to start with, or to get some insights over it, you have to understand the application. You have to understand and work on the application development part of it. And I guess for me, a good path will be to get command over the one of the technologies in front end, back end, and database, so that you can start with a complete application development, and then you can move forward to hosting it or learning cloud platforms, tools, and different spaces. So to give you an idea, in my case, what I did was, from the personal experience, what I did was I started with a being a backend developer. So I had a good command over Java. I started development in Java, and then I upgraded myself and started development in Angular as well. So uh, for the backend, I had Java. For the front end, I had Angular, and for the database layer, I had some command over MongoDB, SQL, or whatever database we can use. So these are the things I started with, and the good part is that we have multiple courses and the certifications available, which holds a good value today. So uh, you have to do the step-by-step learning, and at the same point, when you have your certifications to prove that you have a good knowledge of it, that can be one of the good starting point for anyone to enter into this field.
Absolutely, absolutely. And would you also suggest some online platforms like Code Academy or a free code camp, or let's say some Udemy
Yeah.
offers nowadays, and maybe on YouTube itself, we have a lot of information, the courses available, right?
Yeah, so I think if you want to learn into, if you just want to do the learnings, there are multiple platforms like you said. So Udemy is one of them, and I think the learnings can be from uh, similar channels just like you. There are many channels, so you can have the deep learning with the courses that are available on Udemy or the open sources spaces. So you can start your learnings like that. It's good to basically mix and match the courses and learn from different platforms so that you will get a good understanding from uh, every different platform. And the next step should be to do the certifications. So I guess in today's market, Udemy certifications are the most valued ones. So my personal suggestions would be that we go ahead and take the Udemy certifications. That will be a good uh, show or showcase of our learnings that we have had experience and hands-on basically on the uh, technologies
Absolutely.
we are claiming
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. So, just small point I just want to add over here is about the networking and different job opportunities. So, whenever you got a chance, right, build your professional network. Maybe you can attend different industry events, you can join online communities, and you can connect with the different developers. If you have some seniors, just go and talk to them. Leverage LinkedIn. Nowadays everyone is on the LinkedIn, so leverage that. Leverage your network. You can explore some job opportunities, maybe some internship or maybe some freelance work, which you can do just to gain some practical experience. So I think these are the few additional things which someone who is just starting there or they are about to start their career as a full stack developer, maybe they can also try these things, right?
I think yes. I mean, today having a good LinkedIn profile is just equivalent to having a good Instagram profile. So just like showcasing your good social life, it's important to showcase your professional life as well. So LinkedIn is
Absolutely.
one of the thing you should have a good, strong build on, or you should have a uh, good LinkedIn profile so that you can showcase it. And the second thing, like you said, Shanand, you put it out very correctly that we should have some internship or some projects, freelance projects. So one of the things which I have seen people doing and a lot of people appreciating is having a personal GitHub or GitLab repository where you can do your freelance projects and different freelance projects, and that also you can showcase to the recruiters, uh, to whoever is the interviewer. So basically, they get an idea of uh, how you have developed as your coding skills, and how you have what all areas or what all difficult problems you have already solved using your coding skills. So that's one of a good to have thing, and I would actually recommend having a uh, such repositories uh, that will give you good practical understandings as well, and at the same point that will help the interviewer understand your
Yeah,
point as well. So I
true.
think.
Okay, great, thank you for that. Okay, so now let's talk about the important thing, the salaries. So, I mean, you are already working. I'm sure that you have a lot of friends out there. So, what are the typical salary range for entry level full stack developer? And what factors do you think that contribute to a higher salaries within this range? So, if you want to just, yeah, take this.
Yeah. So I think one good thing about being a full stack developer is you will have a lot of opportunities and a never ending, it's a never ending profile basically. You'll always be, now that we are, like I said, now that we are moving into a technical world with AI and everyone coming up, I think application development will always be one of the major job roles in future as well. The entry level salaries. So when I was in India, and even today, I do have friends in India, US, as well as Europe. So the entry level salaries, to talk about India, now that the Indian market is also going good, we can expect an entry level salary of somewhere between 10 to 12 lakhs per annum, so LPA. That's where is the entry level, and you can of course enhance and move forward
Even I know
there.
someone who is getting 18 lakhs as an entry level.
Yes, so Indian market is moving so good. So I guess yes, that is one of the if at all you are good at showcasing your skills and you have a lot of practical knowledge, you can grab a good salary there as well, and you can negotiate with them. But yes, if you do have basic terms and knowledge, then entry level I guess should be somewhere between 10 to 15 lakhs. Uh, in Europe and US, I would say that uh, if we start with the entry level and we have the so because there are also because of the visa and stuff, there are also basic level of salaries they have to provide. So the salary range starts somewhere from 60 to 80 for a entry level, more of towards the 60 side if you are a junior developer or a junior, you have just started getting into the field. But like I said, once you start getting the practical knowledge, and if you are once you start showcasing it all good, you can grab a salary of somewhere around 90K per annum in Europe and US as well. So that's where the salary ranges uh, goes for.
Okay, exciting. Okay, thank you, Harshita. Okay, so let's talk about any specific programming languages or framework or technologies that you think are in high demand and then that can lead to a higher starting salaries for our full stack developers.
Yeah, so like I said, I have already named a few, and these are the main technologies which should be focused on. So, to say it again, in the front end, I would say Angular is something which is very much into demand, and we can, of course, leverage it for the front end development. In the back end, there are two different technologies which I feel has a lot of demand today. One is, of course, plain conventional Java, which is used today in a lot of application development. But with the AI and the data learning, AI and ML coming up, we also, if someone can start with Python, that is also a lot in demand. Python and Go languages. So that is something which I would recommend going for. Provided in the coming times we'll be using it a lot. Uh, and in the database, it's mostly SQL, MongoDB, or uh, somewhere in that area. So it's like if you are going for a simple application development, these are the technologies which we would talk about. The another high topic nowadays is to or where we are heading towards is mostly the cloud development. So the cloud technologies which we have is AWS, GCP, or Microsoft Azure. The good part about this is they do provide all the tools within themselves. So they do have an infrastructure, but they also do have different database, computing tools, monitoring tools, and everything within themselves. So another approach after learning the front end and the back end languages, the next approach should be to go for learning the tools. Take any one of the cloud computing platform, AWS or Microsoft Azure or let's say GCP, and learn their tools. Everyone provides almost the same features. It's just that they have different tools and different ways of handling things. So I would rather suggest that take one of the cloud provider, do the certifications for them. They have different level of certifications starting from fundamental till development, and if you want to go forward, they have the architect level certifications as well. Learn their tools, and then you can develop an application and start hosting and using their tools to host the application. So that's something I would recommend to have in our technologies and framework part.
Okay, great, Harshita. Okay, so as you are talking about certifications, right? So if I have to ask you, okay, apart from your technical skills, what other certifications or let's say some personal project that can help our entry level full stack developer, so that they can get some good salary. So as you mentioned about AWS certified developer, or Microsoft certified Azure developer, or Google Cloud certified professional cloud developer. So these are the certifications, but apart from that, what else you can suggest?
Uh, so I think like we discussed on that, and for the entry level, it's good to know the languages so that you know the core or the basics of any application development part. That's a good to have and should have thing. I would say that you should know the languages and do the certification from Udemy, and also you can have this skill certifications on LinkedIn as well to make your profile strong and also get some scores there. And after that, I would say that it's good to have the certifications for again cloud tools as well, like I've already mentioned, because those are the highest demand today. So even if uh, to start with, if even if you don't want to go into the complete development role and you want to go into the monitoring or a DevOps role, that also comes as a full stack developer role again. So you can go for this certificates, AWS certificates and GCP cloud certificates. That will help you get a good show on your resume as well as a good job anywhere in Europe, US, because that's in demand today. Regarding the languages certificate, like I said, that Udemy is something which is a lot appreciated today and which is also valued or taken into account by the interviewers in India as well as in here. So after learning the languages, these are the certificate I would say would be good for us.
And what is your take on those open source contributions? So I've seen like a lot of people, they are building their own personal projects and then they contribute to the open source projects. So that showcase their initiative, their creativity, their problem solving abilities, right? And it also allow their potential employer to see that their practical skills and the way they do the coding. So I think that's again a impressive way to just to showcase your skills to the employer.
Yeah, I guess like I said that the LinkedIn profile is something which is your face, which is how interviewers or anyone who wants to recruit sees. So something wherein you can start with after you are confident with what you have done and what you have gained, what knowledge you have gained. You can start with giving the LinkedIn. There are skills and tests in LinkedIn where you can get yourself certified too. So that is one of the things. Then we have the open repositories, which I've mentioned before, saying Git, GitHub, GitLab, all those. So you can create your own repositories and you can do the freelance projects. Whatever problems or whatever level of problem you want to solve, just take a problem and you can just create a proper end-to-end application in there. There's no need to host it somewhere, or if you can do it, you can do that too. So every tool which I have mentioned, even the AWS, they have a free account which you can create for yourself and you can start experimenting on that account. That This step will actually give you a confidence of the practical knowledge you have on whatever certifications you have done, and at the same time give the confidence to the interviewer that you have the hands-on on whatever applications you claim, whatever technologies you claim to have knowledge for. So this is one of the steps. Uh, to add on to this point, Sunan, I would also say that it's good to have some of the soft skill certifications as well from either you say Udemy or you can do it from the LinkedIn as well. So these are the certifications which is available because having a good knowledge is one thing and then
Absolutely.
showcasing is another thing, which is also important to highlight yourself in any of the process. So uh, looking at today's world, like I said, that the opportunities are endless, but then of course the people applying for it are also available. A lot of people look forward to having a technical background. So to highlight, these are the major points that you should have a good, strong technical, practical knowledge, but at the same point, you should have the soft skills, the communication skills, to showcase that you do have it all in control and you can actually build the application by yourself, or you can guide someone to help do it.
Absolutely. And just to add to your point, one important thing is like even as an entry level full stack developer, if you gain some internship or any even volunteer work experience, that is again very valuable. So if you are getting that kind of any opportunities, please do so. Don't feel that you're not getting paid initially. That's perfectly okay. But that experience which you will gain from those projects, that is valuable, right? So please do so if you are getting that kind of opportunity as well. So that's, I just want to add over there.
Yeah, I guess I would agree, Sananda. Getting your hands messy is something you will always get paid for eventually.
Okay, Harshita, I think we came to an end. So, any last point you want to add? Let's say if as a fresher, what steps would you suggest to gain that practical experience? We have covered, I think, almost every point. But if you still feel that if something is missing or you want to add before we wrap up.
No, I think so. What I have learned from my experience till today is as much as you understand the process of whatever is happening, you will get a good knowledge or an experience about. So in today's world, we have a lot of frameworks to do things for us, and we don't have to get into the depth of how things are happening. But uh, from my knowledge, one thing I have learned is as much as I understand how it is happening, uh, it gives me a good insight on the structure I build on top of it. So I would say that get your basics strong and then build the structure using different tools, certifications on different tools and different frameworks like Spring Boot or frameworks like this. So that will give you a good strong base to start with.
Okay, okay. So yes, then thank you, Harshita. Thank you, Harshita, for sharing your expertise and your insight on full stack profile. I'm sure like our viewers have gained a lot from this session. And friends, before we wrap up, I want to just remind you that you have to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And until next time, remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. So take care, stay inspired, keep achieving greatness. This is Sunan Sharma signing off. Thanks, Harshita.
Thank you, Sanan. Bye, everyone.